after this thing, says the key, finally says, yes, all these things are great. With this, what one need to do is here is, gurucharaṇāmbuja-nirbharabhaktaḥ achirad saṃsārāt muktaḥ bhava iti. Says beautifully that if really you want achirad, means without any delay, quickly, as soon as possible, what? Mukta. If you want to really get liberated, free from where? From the samsara, sense of becoming. So what you need to do here is, now first thing is taking refuge, taking surrender to the lotus feet of the teacher. Very nice point is being highlighted. Of course, this point is always misunderstood, misinterpreted by everybody. Misused, abused, all these things happen because that is happened, so everywhere it happens. And along with that, what you need to do here is that also dēvam sēndriyamānasa-niyamādēvaṃ, you need to also do some discipline job. That means disciplining yourself. So when I say disciplining yourself, you are disciplining your sense organs and of course mind. Then only what will happen? nijahṛdayasthaṃ dēvam drakṣyasi. Then only you will be able to see. May you see, or you will see. What you will see? The Lord that dwells in your heart, not outside. So when we look at this particular point very carefully, that it highlights that first is the person is taking the shelter under the feet of the teacher. So why this feet is being highlighted? Because in teaching tradition, please understand, the feet is more important than the person. In preaching tradition, person is more important than the feet. It's a completely other way around. In fact, nowadays in preaching tradition also feet becoming very important. In fact, they give very much importance. In fact, I remember first time when I went to this St. Peter's Church, I have got a beautiful experience, okay? When I go, I explore anything and everything, okay? I don't leave anything, okay? So, that was I'm talking first time when I went to Italy. So, I was, a curious cat. So, to understand what is this Vatican City, because that time I did not know it's St. Peter's Church, but, we have been taught from the childhood, Vatican City, blah, 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 all these things, smallest city, without any ambassador. I mean, it's not a city at all. It's not an independent country either. It is part of Italy. But it has been taught to all of us. Till now also we know Vatican City is an independent country. It's impossible. Anyway, that's another. How manipulate data in history everywhere. Everybody, that is what we have been taught. However, so in fact when I went to this Vatican City, so-called Vatican City, okay, now I can see St. Peter's Church, that's a better word. In fact, I told I would like to go to Vatican City. The one who took me, he laughed. Swamiji, please, at least as long as you are with me, don't talk this Vatican City. Just tell St. Peter's Church, okay? It is a disgraceful, okay? Please. I said, what are you talking? No, yes, it is disgraceful because, interestingly, he said, Swamiji, I have studied in this university. And moreover, I know in and out of it, and I will show you a few other things. And I want to also observe you. I said, Mamma mia. Anyway, we had a fun. You cannot think of what I really went through, and also good thing went through. That is another thing altogether. The point here I would like to say here is, when we went to that tomb on the top, this Peter's tomb, which is the saint, there is, as you go, if I am right, towards right hand side, there is one statue. On the wall it comes, okay? Then what happens, that feet is almost gone. This is the point I want to highlight, okay? Feet is almost gone. Because everybody goes and toss the hand. You understand? Toss the feet and the foot on the head. In fact, I stood there more than 10 minutes to take a photo without a person. We tried our best to push, because that fellow, because happens to be local and did all this, he tried to push people, do many things. It was very difficult to take a photo without anybody, because I wanted to take that photo that how especially the feet is gone almost, okay? That was my target, nothing else. But we could not. So what I am trying to say here is, you can see how the feet is becoming important. So in preaching tradition, because basically if you look at, that is only pure preaching tradition. I hope you understand what is the difference between teaching and preaching. Preaching is that when they impose with certain do's and don'ts. Teaching tradition is that tells you what you should think, how you should think, not based on the do's and don'ts. So however, here being preaching tradition, okay, please understand, particularly that thing, being preaching tradition, still the feet is more important now. And imagine in teaching tradition, feet has got much more importance. The reason is why? Because the teacher's feet stands for the foundation of knowledge. The teacher is called teacher as long as the teacher is committed to the teaching. And the feet stands for the foundation. That's why the teacher's feet is nothing but knowledge. That's why in tradition, we do Guru Pada Puja. Okay, to make it more comfortable, so we put Guru photos. But more than photos, the feet is more important. So that you are connected to the teaching, not to the person. However, here it says, the person has to surrender to the lotus feet of the teacher, means surrender to the teaching tradition. But interestingly, what happens is, when you start surrendering to the feet, automatically also teacher comes along with that. Because when the teacher and teaching cannot be separated, definitely along with that also teacher comes. But always teacher is secondary. Even though it is inseparable, still we give importance to the teaching. So here he says, now a person surrenders. So when he surrenders means what? When teacher speaks something, you don't allow your logical mind. What is logical mind? Logical mind is nothing, your behavioral mind. Your behavioral mind is nothing, it is your whimsical mind. Your whimsical mind is nothing, the information that you have got and your insecurity, sense of insecurity, likes and dislikes, put together everything is called that. So in short we say, when the teacher speaks, we don't allow this logical mind or whimsical mind to argue, to become stronger. In fact, we make that fellow, hey, you keep quiet. Because the moment your logical mind starts opening or waking up, opening or starts waking up, destruction starts. Because definitely the teacher, definitely teacher is not going to say anything. Okay, wish you all the best, continue. And of course, out of sympathy, out of empathy, teacher may try to help you 1 time, 2 times, 10 times, then after that what? Okay, if the person grows fine, does not grow, no problem. Let me continue my job. Let the student continue her or his job. You understand? That is how the teaching is supposed to happen. There is no other alternative. So that's why here we say very carefully, when the person is devoted to the feet of the teacher, Then what happens? Now the slowly that the care and concern from teacher side also comes. So a bondage takes place. So that bondage which is helpful for one to cross over this ocean of samsara. Or else what will happen is, please understand, there are certain moments of life where you need not teaching, but you need few kind words. At least you need that somebody should, just listen to you. Somebody should understand you. Somebody should show some empathy. And during that time, if you do not have a relationship with the teacher, definitely this will not come at all. But unfortunately, because of this, now if things becomes other way around, if you overdo, then that becomes more complicated. Nowadays what happens generally? So everywhere there should be a balanced way of looking at life. And along with that, what you need to do here is, that's why when you are with a teacher, automatically you are forced to be disciplined, whether you like it or not. Because I remember somebody told nicely, one child told me, I am seeing that all are scared of you. I said, yes, what about you? No, I am not scared. I said, are you sure? Yeah, I am scared, but that's why I wanted to know why people are scared of you. I said, I do not know. Then I said, look, generally what time do you get up? Now when, as for my way, but when I am there, when do you get up? I get up early. Now why? Because I know if you come to know, you may scold. I said, that means you understand why people are scared of me? I have not scolded you yet, but still you are scared. You understand what I am trying to say? Means the fellow going to the bed, understand, Swamiji is there. Better to plan to get up tomorrow morning early, or else God knows what's going to happen. You understand? So the presence itself makes the person to stand on his toes. So, but what happens? Suppose if you take it for granted. It's okay. What is there? After all, Swamiji, who cares? You understand? Any worst thing, what he will say? He will scold once or twice. Then after that, he will go to his room. You understand? What is there after all? That's why, when you are with the teacher, automatically you will discover your mind and sense organs also gets disciplined forcefully. Because whether you like it or not, the sense organ to be disciplined forcefully. Because that is what I call dhamma. Dhamma means what? You need to have control over. Shama case, yes, delicately, elegantly, very carefully, you have to handle the mind. But with reference to sense organs, you have to make a strong decision. If you become little bit loose, little bit, very sharp with reference to your sense organs, definitely they will do what they want to do. Then only you will discover how. It says beautifully, when the mind is prepared and a teacher, you are connected to the teacher and teaching, definitely teaching has to take place. So when the teaching takes place, what will be the answer? The answer is, you will start seeing yourself in yourself. Because all the time you start seeing yourself in others. In other people, in other objects, in other situations, everywhere you start seeing yourself. In fact, you always try to see your projection in everywhere, except yourself. So here, because of the teaching, you start seeing yourself in yourself. That is being highlighted here. You start seeing the Lord that dwells in your heart. And with this text called Bhaja Govindam completed.